the time has come that I declutter my career. Hey everyone, Joan here. Hope you're all having a great week. I know it's been a couple weeks since my last video, but it's been super busy. I've been super overwhelmed with all the stuff going on. But at the same time, I'm really excited because there's a lot of positive changes happening around me right now. So it really became the time for me to figure out how I deal with my schedule, how I manage my time, and what I want to spend my time on. Which is why I'm talking about decluttering my career. I know it sounds kind of funny. I don't know if it means anything to you. I don't know if it's something you can relate to, but this is something I've been thinking about for some time now. The thing is, I've been a freelancer for most of my adult life. I've never really had a full-on, 5 days a week type of job. I've just been freelancing, working part-time, and I like it that way because I like having options. But lately it's been catching up to me, and I just felt like I really needed to find a way to declutter my career, declutter my schedule, just my physical space, my mental space, all that. I'm really trying to figure that out right now. So with that, one of the main things I really wanted to tackle was my musical career. I've mentioned this before in other videos that I play drums. I'm a performer. I've been freelancing as a drummer and a percussionist for many years now. And in the last 2 years, obviously the pandemic has kind of made me think about things a little differently, is what I really want to focus on and what do I really enjoy. And I've come to realize that I really don't like playing percussion anymore. And as you can see, I have all this percussion stuff here. I have a box of other percussion stuff. And the problem with being a percussionist is you become a hoarder. I know it's kind of crazy to think, but becoming a percussionist also makes you a hoarder. You start collecting all these different musical instruments thinking that you're going to use it someday. And guess what? Half of them I don't even use. I have stuff that's sitting in a box that I haven't touched in a long time. And to be honest, my percussion instruments, I have not touched them in 2 years. They're just sitting here gathering dust on display, using them as tabletops, and I really don't play them anymore. I don't want to play them anymore. I'm not passionate about percussion. So I've been really thinking about this for a while now, and I think it's time that I get rid of them, let them go, sell them, so that I can free up my space, free up my physical space as well as my mental space, and also my schedule. The thing is, with percussion, it actually helped me build my career when I moved to LA. Everybody knew me as a percussionist because I had all this stuff. I knew how to play it. I had a very clever setup that everybody was just attracted to, and that's why I managed to get a lot of work. But at the end of the day, I always felt a little bit, I don't know, empty, because that wasn't really what I wanted to do. I've been a drummer for a much longer time. I'm way more passionate about it. I actually practice playing drums just for fun, for me to just get better on my own. Percussion, I could care less about, to be honest. Yeah, I wasn't that great. I was good enough to play these gigs, but it wasn't something I was passionate about. I wasn't practicing percussion. I wasn't trying to get better. I was just learning what I had to learn. But at the end of the day, it always just sat down in a corner, collecting dust. Whereas drums, I practice on my own. I seek out knowledge and teachers and mentors and all that so I can be a better drummer. So that's my background in music. And the thing with percussion is that there's a lot of emotional attachment I have to it. It took me some time to build up, what I have. And it's also a huge part of how I built up my career in LA. I started playing percussion, and then eventually I started playing more drums, but it became this conflicting thing where it's am I a drummer? Am I a percussionist? Yeah, I could be both, but at the same time, it just took up way more time, way more energy trying to juggle both. And I just want to focus on one thing when it comes to music, and that's just playing drums. And percussion was just taking up time. I was taking gigs I didn't really want to do, but I did it because there's this part of me that wanted to hold on to this identity that, I'm a busy working musician, I'm constantly playing every week. But was I playing stuff, was I playing music that I really loved? A lot of times I was not. I was just playing because I had this need to play. You know, sometimes, yes, I needed the money, but at the end of the day, I really was not passionate about playing percussion. So it is time to let it go. All right, I made a little bit of headway here. I was gonna record putting things back, but I had to teach a lesson. So for now, this is all I have here. I finally got to vacuum it after over a year and a half. So this is all the mess that I still have to sort through. So check out all these percussion things that I've hoarded that I honestly have not used at all. Okay, so like this thing, this doesn't even belong to me. I'm gonna give it back. This thing I'm gonna keep because it's for my dad. So I made a little bit more progress here, putting back things that I will keep. Like this box I will still keep because that's something I will definitely still play. Those I wanted to keep. That djembe does not belong to me, so I have to give that back to the person it belonged to. But for now, I put all my sound stuff on that stand. And then as far as everything else, so now I've condensed this to all the things that I would probably still use. And all this right here, I guess, yeah, I'm just gonna find a new home for them, either sell them or donate them to some kind of music program. This right here, those things belong to other people. So the thing in the bag belongs to another person. So I'm just gonna reach out to them, see if they still want it. That one too, and probably give it a home somewhere else. So these are things I'm planning to sell. The congas, again, very difficult to let those go because I have a lot of emotional attachment to them. Those were the things that helped me build my career. Now, as far as that, I don't need that. Don't need that. I'm not sure if I need the little conga. Might give it to my nephew. And then that bag has a bunch of like mallets that I don't use. I don't play marimba. I don't play vibraphone anymore. So I'm probably gonna donate that. I have a friend that works for a percussion department, so that's that. So I have everything just sorted out. I mean, that is quite a bit of stuff for me to let go. Things that I just don't use anymore. I have not played in years, and they're just sitting in this box, taking up a corner and just taking up space and not being used. Bye bye. But that's the thing about being a freelancer, you know, like you want to just keep your schedule busy and just take all the gigs and work that you can, make all the money that you can. But you know what happens is that you start to spread yourself way too thin and you wear yourself out. You get tired, you're physically and emotionally drained, and you know your brain space is just cluttered with all these things that you have to do, all the things that you have to learn. Maybe you can relate to this or not, but I guess my point is that I just felt like I needed to free up my time so that I can focus on the things that I actually want to do. Yes, sometimes we get caught up like just getting busy because we feel like we need to say that we're busy, or we feel like we're busy, or sometimes you just got to make the money. I mean, that was a lot of why I took percussion gigs, because I needed to make the money. But you know, that's understandable. But at the end of the day, like, you know, I think it's just important that we focus on our energy, our time and our energy, and, you know, just have that brain space for the things we actually love, the things that we actually care about. I mean, you know, lately my business has been picking up, so that's been keeping me busy. Also, my husband's second business has been picking up, so I've been helping him with that a lot. And, you know, that feels good because I feel like I'm creating my opportunities, I'm creating my own life, my own schedule, and I want to focus more of my time on those types of things. And the other thing too is that I've had to think about all the other freelance stuff that I've been doing. For a while I was actually getting paid to blog and doing a lot of research and getting paid to write blog posts about topics that I honestly don't care about. So I had to let that go. And one of the bigger changes that I've done lately too is that I was working an office job remotely, and even though it paid well and the hours were not that crazy, it was one of those jobs that just took up a lot of your brain space. Like, it was one of those things, like, I could not stop thinking about it. It just kind of followed me throughout my day, even though I'm not working for them. And it was just one of those, stressful like work situations. Even though I'm not physically there, I'm constantly bombarded with things I have to figure out and things I have to think about. So I had to let that one go. And I still work in my part-time retail gig. I mean, I like it a lot just because it's fun, it's easy. I go there, I do my thing, I go home, and I don't have to think about it again. Everybody's pretty easygoing, and it's just one of those things where, again, like, it doesn't take up a lot of my brain space. Everyone's drama-free. It's an easy job. I enjoy it, so I don't mind doing that for now. And at the same time, I still teach drum set. I mean, I like to play drums, so I like to teach. So that's something that I still enjoy doing. And yeah, it's just a lot of those things I've been thinking about the last, couple of months, especially. Like, how can I free up my time? How can I declutter my physical space as well as my mental space, as well as my schedule? So anyway, I hope this was interesting for you. I hope you've got something out of it. Maybe you can relate to it, maybe not, but if so, I'd love to talk about it. Leave a comment below if you're going through the same thing, or if you have any questions at all about how I manage my time and my career, and anything that has to do with our schedule. But at the end of the day, I think it's really important to declutter our schedule, declutter our time, so that we can focus on the things that we really care about, that feels good to us, and that we feel passionate about. Anyway, hope you guys are having a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.